Hey, Madam Jusko from Proud Money. Capital One is surveying some of its cardholders to see what their appetite might be for a new $295 annual fee card with various features, benefits, rewards, bonuses, credits. And so we are going to take a look at what some of those potential aspects to this new card might be and whether they are worth $295 per year. Now, the information in this video comes from a post on the Doctor of Credit website today. I'm not sure exactly where they got this particular survey from, but this is a fairly common thing for credit card companies to ask a certain subset of their customers how they might feel about a potential future product. So none of this is set in stone. It is the company saying, here's what a card might offer. So $295 annual fee in terms of the everyday rewards, 4 points per dollar on dining, 4 points per dollar on entertainment purchases, 3 points per dollar on grocery store purchases, and then you have some 10 point per dollar categories when you make purchases through these special Capital One vehicles here. 10 points per dollar on hotels through Capital One Travel, 10 points per dollar on rental cars through Capital One Travel, 10 points per dollar on purchases through Capital One Entertainment, which is essentially special offers on specific entertainment purchases where you could get more, and then you're going to get 1 point per dollar everywhere else. There's going to be some sort of bonus aspect to the card here. You have to assume, based on the Capital One Venture cards that are already out there, you're probably looking at anywhere from 70,000 to 100,000 points after a $4,000 spend. They don't offer any specifics in this survey, basically, other than to say, yeah, there's going to be some kind of big, upfront potential bonus for new cardholders, but you have to imagine at least a $700 value coming out of that. Now, all of that is fine in the first year because with the $295 annual fee, if you get that big bonus, well, then you're going to feel good about things. The rewards are okay, although not necessarily sensational. If you are going to feel good about that $295 annual fee on an ongoing basis, you're going to have to feel good about these various credits that you could get with the card. And so those include, at least potentially, a $100 annual Capital One travel credit when you book travel through the Capital One travel portal, a up to $100 dining credit annually, and they're a little vague on where this is coming from. A collection of it looks like sort of upper end restaurants where you'd probably have a big bill. They mention Michelin star restaurants, but I sort of equate this more like sort of with an Amex Resi where they get certain restaurants under this umbrella and then offer a $100 dining credit. $120 Starbucks credit. Question on that will be if that is broken up. There is a $120 Apple TV Plus subscription over the course of a year, and a $120 Uber One subscription over the course of the year. So if you put those all together and you max them all out, they will probably market this, or would market this if it came out this way, as like $560 of potential credits that you can get on this card with a $295 annual fee. But of course, the devil is in the details, because if you're spending $100 on Capital One Travel, getting a credit there, you're probably going to spend more than $100 because there's not much travel that is going to cut off at $100. If you're getting a hotel room or you're renting a car or whatever, you're probably going to spend more than $100. So you're getting a credit, but you're going to have to spend even more with Capital One Travel. When you have a restaurant dining credit, you're probably going to spend more than that restaurant dining credit is. So again, it's more of your actual money going into paying on that card, even though you are going to get that credit. And you don't even know what restaurants are part of it, at least at this point, so it's hard to say what value it has. A $120 Starbucks credit, is it going to be cut up in the way that American Express would, where you only get $10 per month? Probably. Now, for some people, if you have a Starbucks habit, maybe you don't care. It's still something that you would spend $120 on anyway. Same thing with an Apple TV Plus subscription. Would you be buying that normally? If so, $120 per year makes perfect sense. Same thing with the Uber One subscription. Would you buy one of those already? And so you look at this card, and it's sort of a higher tier version of the Capital One Saver card that exists with the higher annual fee. Looks like it's right there set to compete with the American Express Gold card. It's got that same sort of coupon book aspect that so many people complain about with American Express, where really the extras you're getting are either coupons for their own products where they want you to use their own travel portal, or they have some sort of relationship where they're giving you something from some other vendor that is really tangentially, if at all, associated with the card company company that you're talking about. So the question is, are you going to use those things normally? Even the most targeted person, you have to think, whether it's this card or any other card that is sort of the coupon book style, is only on a natural level going to be able to use maybe half the credits that these cards offer. So then you sort of start twisting your behavior to use credits that you would not necessarily use naturally. Now, a lot of people, including me, look at these credit cards that are doubling as coupon books and we scratch our heads and we're not really happy about this as a trend. However, American Express, which is really the originator of this type of card, I would say, they keep reporting that more and more people are getting these cards. So people are paying these annual fees, which keep going up on their platinum card and on their gold card to get these cards that have more and more credits that are tangentially, if at all, associated with anything else on the card. And so as long as American Express keeps killing it in this area, the other credit card companies are going to want their piece too. But I think American Express is in a different place than other credit card companies, and I think this coupon book style is not going to work for other banks. I think American Express still has sort of a prestige name associated with it, so younger people getting into credit cards that maybe want a little more of a luxury credit card see American Express a little bit more as the brand to get that luxury. And then number two, some people really value American Express's membership rewards points and feel like they can get outsized value out of them, especially with their travel transfer partners. Now, for me personally, I think that is not necessarily all that easy to do with American Express, but I still think there is an idea out there that it is an easy thing to do. And so American Express's membership rewards points sort of have a bigger value in people's minds than a lot of people find out they can actually get out of those points once they have a boatload of them to actually go and try to redeem. So for now, American Express can do the coupon book and continue to be successful at it. But even for them, I think it is going to be a diminishing return situation over time. So when I look at what this potential new Capital One credit card could offer, I say this is not worth a $295 annual fee, even if you could say that the credits are worth over $500. But the fact that American Express keeps having success with their cards tells me that some people are latching on to these cards, and they keep saying that millennials and older Gen Zs maybe are getting into these cards. And so I wonder if it's maybe because we are in a place in our economy where a lot of people are finding it harder to buy their first home as real estate prices have gone up, but they have decent jobs, and so they've got some money, and so maybe they're putting some money into these credit cards as a way to have a little luxury in their lives because they don't have enough to get maybe to that next level where they want to go, but they've got some money kind of rattling around in their pockets that they will spend on something like this. That is complete conjecture, but you have to wonder who it is that keeps spending to get these new credit cards, and it is a lot of younger people. So we'll see if Capital One puts out a card that has something along the lines of these annual fees and features and benefits, or whether this is just sort of a test balloon out there to see how people might feel about it. We'd love to hear your thoughts about it in that comment section below.